You're applying what you learned in music to... How old are you?
I'm 18.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Hi guys. Hey guys, this is Ashley Sage here with In the Cut, and today we have a special guest, and she goes by the name Vaeda Black.
Yes, hello.
So, where are you from, Vaeda?
Well, I'm from Long Island.
Okay.
Centerport. It's a cute little beach community.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I'm in Brooklyn for school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
LIU Brooklyn.
LIU Brooklyn. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Music tech.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
really neat.
It's fun. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to school. Yeah, that's really neat. How did you get your start in music?
Well, I've been like performing forever. So when I was little, I used to do like musical theater.
Cool.
So I did that forever, and then I got into like poetry, like spoken word, and then I was like, oh, like I like singing and I like writing poetry. Like I'll just write songs. Then I just started doing that.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I was like, oh, I want to like be an artist. Like I want to write my own music and write music for other people.
Uh-huh.
So that's like kind of when I started like doing like recording and making my own stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really neat. So you've always been doing this. You're kind of...
Yeah, I'm like, I love performing and like creating. It's just like it's such a good emotional outlet.
Yeah, for sure.
So like that's kind of like why I started. But now like I just like sharing my thoughts with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's like a cool thing to do.
Yeah. Did anyone specifically influence you to do music? Like, does music run in your family?
Yeah, my dad's a musician. He's his drummer. But yeah.
Drummers are fun.
Yeah, he's cool. I mean, he does that, and like both my parents are artists in general. Like my mom's a photographer, and he's a graphic designer also. Cool. So like we kind of just like all have that like artistic thing going. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So do you find like they support you a lot more in music, or they're a little bit more understanding of like the creative process and like what it takes to like really succeed at it? How do you find their support?
Yeah, I mean like they both ran their own businesses for years.
Wow.
Like so I think that they kind of like get what I want to do, and like they're very supportive. But also like when I decided I wanted to go to school for music, they were like, "Do you even want to go to school?"
That'd be me as a parent, like
or they were like, "Well, if you're gonna go, like, why don't you go, like, maybe like look into other things, because like you could do this, whatever." But I think that there's so many things that like I just don't know.
Yeah.
That I could like learn from other people, like in my program and like professors and stuff. So like. Yeah, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, like for sure. It's like a little networking opportunity to be able to. School has connected me to a lot of people. I go to school just to meet the people that I've met. Yeah, so I think school is worth it, especially because of the relationships. But I get them though. They're like, "Are you sure you want to go out, take out a loan, be in debt?"
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous the amount that school is today.
Yeah, education should be free.
It should, honestly, it should.
Yeah, there's countries doing it. Why can't we do it? So you said that you create music for like an emotional outlet. Do you find that it's harder for you to get your emotions out any other way?
Well, not necessarily. Like, it all depends on how I'm feeling. I never really force writing anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, if I'm in like a session with somebody and like we got together to write, like I'll do my job.
Right.
But like, I also like to paint and do other things, like just like when I'm alone, because like it's good to like keep your mind like stimulated.
Oh yeah.
And stuff.
For sure. That's dope. Okay.
Yeah. It's fun. I don't know. Like it's just like nice to get together with like a group of people and just like listen to music and just like paint random shit. Like it's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny because like I used to say like I got into painting. I painted this.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right.
I love that.
Thanks. I didn't know I could paint until I painted that. Like I took a whole class on it, and like my teacher, I used to half-ass all the paintings, and she'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know you could paint." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't either." But I need to say that like when you're creative, you can find creativity is like a language.
Yeah.
So when you create music, what do you want your work to say to others?
I mean, every song is different, but like as a whole, I think like my goal as an artist is to just like connect with as many people as I can, because I think that's like the beauty of music, like connecting people and bringing people together. And if like one person connects to whatever I'm doing, like I feel accomplished. It's not really about anything else for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have like any artists that like really inspired you, or you would say like influenced your love of music? I don't want to say your sound, but like your love of music.
Like people, influences. Okay, yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to Motown.
Wow.
Yeah. I know it's like so far off from what I do, but like I love all that stuff.
You're not the first one that said that.
Yeah.
That
I mean, it's just like, I feel like everything I listen to is an influence, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many different artists, and it's so easy to find like music you've never heard.
Right.
Like, especially on Spotify, like how they get those algorithms and they just like the Discover Weekly, and they're just throwing you music you've never heard, which is like so cool because, I don't know, things that like I would normally seek out, like they show me, and I'm like, wow, like that's so cool. I want to try to do something like that.
Yeah.
But like, I guess specific artists that I like look up to, and just like careers and their music in general, like Bishop Briggs, she's great.
Bishop Briggs.
Donna Missile. Ron Gallo. I don't know if you know any of these people. No. They're kind of like weird and underground, but like their stuff is so cool, and like I've watched them like come up. So like that's what I like. I like watching artists come up because it's so cool, like seeing like the growth.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, who else? Oh, there's like this songwriter from the 60s that I really love. Her name is Janice Ian.
Never heard of her.
It's just like beautiful like words. Her songs are very wordy, but they're so like, her writing is just like poetry. It's so nice.
Janice Ian.
Kind of like the character from Mean Girls.
Janice Ian.
Isn't that a character from Mean Girls, or am I like crazy? I haven't seen that movie in a while either, but like whenever I say that, I think people bring up that movie. So yeah, she's like a 60s folk singer.
Oh, wasn't Janice the goth friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we thinking of the same person?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot. So how would you said that your like influences are like Motown. Like I said, you're not the first one that I've sat down with that said that, so that's really funny. But yeah, so how would you describe your sound because of your influence?
Well, I feel like where my music, like, it kind of falls into the genre of like alternative pop, which is like such a broad genre.
Very broad.
Because like, what is alternative and like what is pop music? Like,
right.
You know, like everything. But like my music kind of, it has like a pop feel, but it also has like a very like classic feel to it as well. For sure. So I think that just probably comes from me like listening to stuff like that growing up, like Ray Charles and like you know all those artists. There's like so many. I also like, my dad was a James Brown fanatic, so I was also for a while. Yeah, and I was like just singing that stuff, and also singing musical theater like had influences on me and how I use my voice. Like nobody really like thinks about that. Yeah, those people have to breathe to get those notes. Yeah, just like, and there's so many words when they sing in musical theater because they have to bring the story along, you know. So like, yeah, it's an underrated genre. It really is. But yeah, your music, from what I've heard, is it's like ballads. Yeah, like emotional, heart-wrenching ballads. Well, a lot of the songs that I play live are like super old, so they're from like when I was like an angsty like kid in like middle school. I was like 13, like writing these songs, like sobbing in my room. But like they're authentic, so that's why I still use them. I mean, like I edit them a lot now, just because like I could write better now. Right. But like there's still something there. Okay. But I mean, yeah, a lot of like my older stuff that I wrote was ballady, just because that's where I was mentally. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like my newer stuff is definitely just like more. I don't know how to say it. It's like kind of more indie. Like the stuff that I'm writing now, like it's not necessarily like released or anything I've like worked on to like put out. But like the things that I've like sat down at the piano and like started writing are like more like indie pop kind of stuff. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I would like to know like hear some of the stuff you're working on. What are you working on right now? Like anything like new that's coming out, you mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, well.
Might as well talk about it.
Yeah, right. So I've actually been working on a song that is dropping soon.
Ooh.
Yes, it's called Drunken Tears.
Drunken Tears?
And it's like, a murder ballad. I don't know. It's like one of those things, when I play it, like live, it's like in my set with my band. And I always like give a disclaimer before like I play it. I'm like, don't worry, like everybody, I'm not gonna kill you. Like that's just what I'm singing about. Like don't be scared.
I'm just singing about killing.
I'm just singing about it. Yeah, no. I don't even know where I got the inspiration for it. It was honestly like the first song that I wrote on the piano when I was learning piano a while ago. And it's come a long way. Like it was definitely like a song I felt like more classic when I'd written it, but now it's very like sound designy and electronic.
Cool.
Which is really cool.
I love the evolution of a song.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's very interesting. But basically like the premise for it is like whoever I am like luring somebody into a bar, like we break in and then like I fantasize about like killing them. Like that is like the evolution of the song. Yeah, it's so out there, but I love it. Like that's like fun to, it's like playing a character. Like,
yeah,
you know?
For sure. That's really neat. Like that must be fun to sing too. Because especially when you write a song that isn't necessarily you. Yeah. You feel like, oh, I can write a song for anybody now. It's a character. Yeah. That's really cool. So when you put on a character, do you find like when that helps you like emotionally like get through stuff when you put on a character and like you put on a hat or a song for that matter?
Well, I kind of feel like when I write songs from like different perspectives, like they aren't necessarily me, it's just like a different part of myself. Yeah. Like it's just me exploring like different parts of myself and like what I can do. Yeah. So like it's really fun and liberating actually being able to like write like that, and like it's not always like things that I would necessarily like say or do. Right. Because it's someone else, so I can just like do whatever I want with it. Yeah.
What is your creative process like?
I would say like my process varies like depending on like what kind of is inspiring me. Like I'll either be like just like wandering around and like I'll hear like a melody or something in my head, or I'll be like writing a poem and then I'll be like, oh, this could be a cool song, and then I like sit down at the piano and maybe start playing a progression or like writing a melody. So it really just depends. Yeah. But like if I'm working with somebody, like a producer or a different writer, I like to hear their ideas first and then like put my input in. Like I don't know, I just like collaborating like that, because when I work with someone, I don't want to do something that I could do by myself. Right. You know, like I want to like go out of my box and out of my comfort zone.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. So what has been like some of your favorite collaborations?
I mean, this is like not released and I don't know if it'll ever be released, but I did this song with one of my friends. His name is Beckett. His like producer name is Flip. You know, he's really good. He's really talented at what he does. He's like an engineer and does a lot of cool stuff. But one time he just like came over and we were like he just like built a track from scratch. Yeah. And we were working from like 11 to like 4 a.m. Wow. And we just like finished a song. Yeah. And it was like super political and like dark, which is like dark is like my thing, so like whatever.
Super dark.
It was like political.
Vaeda Black.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but it was very different, and I don't know how I feel about it. So, I mean, it was really fun, though, to work on something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
Can you give us a melody? I mean, a hook for the song that may never come out?
I don't know. Do you really want to hear something?
I do.
So, like, the first verse is, like, close state of mind, there's something around the corner, no time to find who's dead and who's taking orders. A sea of signs manufactured into marching numbers. It just takes one to blow it up, then we all go under. That's just like a verse.
That's cool. It's like eerie.
Yeah.
That's cool. And creates a really cool scene too. Well, that's good. Vaeda Black.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not the end of the interview.
You put me on the spot. I was not expecting to sing today.
Sometimes I get people to sing.
I'm not mad. It's fine.
Well, thank you for that. What was it called again?
Oh, that song is called The Other Side.
The Other Side.
Yes.
Hopefully we get it.
Maybe I'll just like release it on SoundCloud or something.
Yeah, SoundCloud's always a safe bet.
Yeah.
That's where the nice, like, the nice trinkets are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like interesting too, because a lot of my, like, most of my friends who are like in music, like, are like rappers, so like all their stuff is on SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, they get a lot of traction, like, from random people on there.
Right?
I don't know how it happened.
It's so
like,
cool.
It's like a very, like, underrated but like cool platform.
For sure.
Yeah.
I have a friend who I'm like, yeah, I want to focus more on SoundCloud. He's like, SoundCloud's dead. Focus on streaming platforms. But it's so hard to find new music other than like Spotify, which is really good at delivering people like music you've never heard. But otherwise it's not really easy to discover new music.
Yeah.
And SoundCloud's been like tried and true for that. So yeah, man. SoundCloud is the wave, people. Stop talking shit about SoundCloud. I think that's where Billie Eilish started.
Yeah. I think like they just posted Ocean Eyes and then people were like, wow, this is so good.
Yeah.
And then it blew up.
Yeah. So. I think like overnight they got 1,000 plays.
Yo, what?
And then they were like, do you know 1,000 people? She was like, no, I don't know 1,000 people. So yeah, that's SoundCloud. What has it been like creating music and being a woman in the industry?
That's well, honestly, like the creating music part is great.
Yeah,
but it's like hard because I don't know, like people like could take advantage of me like very easily. I'm like young, like whatever.
Very easily.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, not like I mean. I don't like you don't know what people's intentions are. Like I want to like work with people I don't know and like stuff like that. And, like I want to work for like I want people to want to work with me for free, obviously. But like I don't like I always feel like there's like going to be like some sort of catch or something. Like I don't really like if I don't know someone like I don't want to pull up to your home studio.
Right.
Like I don't know you.
Yeah.
But also like I wish I could do that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just I don't like know who I'm working with.
Right.
So it's like a trust thing.
Yeah, so you feel like are you just more like hyper aware that I'm a woman and people can be fucked up, so you
Yeah, I mean like there have definitely been instances where I've like gone into situations to like work with people and I've been super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like I've learned from that.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of better for me to be like a little more cautious rather than just like go into things without really understanding what I'm getting into.
Yeah, just vocalizing too, like, hey man, we're making a song.
Yeah.
A song. Not anything else. What are your goals, professional goals in music?
You know, I guess my biggest goal is to just like get comfortable, you know? Like I just like want to like be putting out music. Maybe like touring, I would definitely want to tour and just like have like a nice like cushy like fan base who I can like interact with and like we all love each other.
Yeah.
And, I guess like the end goal like shouldn't be or like isn't fame for me.
Right.
Like I just want to be able to do what I love.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and if not, like I'll just like another thing I've always wanted to do too is like write for other people. Because that's like a great career also.
Yeah, it's nice little behind the scenes. It's cushiony.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Have you written songs for people?
I mean, like, no. But like I write a lot of songs that like I would sell. Okay. Like there's a ton of things that like I've written that I would just never ever use for myself. Okay. So like I kind of like am going to school for like to learn like how to sell my songs too. Because I think that's like I need to know how to do that, obviously. Like how do I get my songs in front of the important people? Yeah. So what are some hobbies you like to do outside of music? Well, that's funny. I like to I mean, this is like in music still. I'm like a weirdo and I make like playlists all the time because I just like I just like doing it. Like, I'll make playlists for, like, my friends and, like, people, like, that I don't know. I'll be like, hey, you want me to make you a playlist? I'm really bored. Like, yeah. So I like doing that. Like, based on, like, the vibe that I get from them. Or, like, painting, poetry. I like to read.
That's nice. That's an underrated hobby.
Yeah. It, like, depends, though, because I have to read a lot for school. So, like, whenever I have, like, stuff to read for school, I don't read on my free time because it's just a lot. It's a lot of reading.
They, like, pack a lot of pages. Like, read 3 chapters tonight.
Well, yeah, I read an entire book the other night. I had to read the narrative of Frederick Douglass.
Wow.
It was very, like, heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was great. I mean, it's not something that I would have, like, picked up and be like, oh, I want to read this, but I'm glad I did because it was actually really good.
So what inspired, like, some of your releases, like Suicide Love?
Oh, well, that particular song was, like, based off of, like, someone I was dating, like, a text message I got from them. But I was also, like, 14 or 15.
Oh.
So, like, but, yeah, I mean, yes, it was, like, written because of that, and it was, like, a poem first, but, I think, like, the song, like, is more than that, like, to me, in general. Like, it's not really about that. Like, that was just my inspiration. It's more about, like, what it is to, like, become, like, vulnerable with somebody, and, like, really, like, just, like, the emotions and, like, kind of, like, the, I don't know, like, how it's, like, a little scary, like, being like that with somebody. So, yeah, that's, like, what that's about.
Aww. Suicide.
I know, it's such, like, a dark name, right?
It is, but now that I understand it more, that's so sweet. Like, it is, falling in love could be suicide. It is kind of suicide.
Right?
Because you're killing yourself to let somebody else in and then share yourself with that person. It is kind of
suicide. It's a little too much. I'm a little over that right now.
Can we have chill love? Can we have fun love?
Yeah, right? I'm done with all that heavy shit.
Right. But yeah, what about Run Fast?
Run Fast? Okay, that one, like, I don't even know. I mean, I do, but this song, like, I wrote it, like, I didn't write the music for the song, so, like, I top-lined it.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I'm, like, mad about. I don't really like doing that.
Top line, what does that mean?
Like, top-lining is, like, when, like, a producer just, like, throws you a track, it's, like, already completely done, and you just, like, write over it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
But, like, I did because I, like, signed onto something. It was just...
Boo.
Yeah. So I'm probably never going to do that again, but it's still, I like that song. But it's kind of just about, like nightlife.
Oh, okay.
And, just partying and, like, interacting with people. Like, that's, like, kind of, like, where it comes down to. Like, just doing all that fun stuff, you know.
So I wanted to take the moment to, like, highlight some of your new things that you will be releasing soon.
Yes. So I kind of talked about this before, but I'm coming out with a single. Friday the 13th, March 13th, Drunken Tears. So there's that. And then right now I'm in the process of casting the music video.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Gonna be so fun. I love doing music videos. It's, like, my favorite thing because, like, writing the treatment and, like, getting to people, and it's like working on, like, a little show.
Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah, it's really cool, and we're actually filming it in my hometown.
Cool. In Long Island.
Yeah, like, literally at a bar, like, on my literally, like, 2-minute drive from my house.
Right.
It's like this little, like, gross little pub. It's cute. It's cute in there. It's cute. But it looks, like, old. So, like, that's, like, the point. Like, it's going to be, like, a little bit of a timepiece. Like, a little bit of, like, a slasher film type thing. Yeah, see, like, that's, like, I'm not scary. And then I'm, like, I'm making a slasher film with my music.
Yeah. That's so funny. Well, I'm excited about this Drunken Love. Drunken? Is it drunken?
Drunken? Like, D-R-U-K. Did I spell it? I did not say that correct. Yeah, Drunken Tears.
Oh, Drunken Tears.
Drunken Tears.
Drunken Tears, guys.
Yes.
Vaeda Black. Give it a round of imaginary applause from the other side of your screen. Woo!
Yeah.
Check her out, MUSE Books are sometimes. So if the set calls for a nice ballad.
Yeah. If you want to get sad,
come through. Vaeda Black, you guys.
up.
Do you have any last things to say for the people?
Well, yeah. Thank you for watching. I'm so glad to be here. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
And yeah.
Hey guys, you've been watching In the Cut with Miss Vaeda Black here. And we're gonna end it there.
Yeah.